I don't know if there's been a dull day. I mean, each day brings about, something different. And, sitting in the head coach's chair, different than the assistant coach's seat, brings about, different forms of information. You may have information coming from the president's office, your trustees, your boosters and alums, your director of athletics, your other sports programs, head coaches, compliance, your assistant coaches, recruiting. Oh, let's not forget about the honey-do list either from your wife. So it's been a experience that has been at times overwhelming, but for the most part, we've managed it well. We're talking about putting the D back in Detroit. Mercy, it's our turn, it's our city, and what we're talking about is really stepping forward and blazing a trail of enthusiasm, excitement, aspiration, and maybe even teetering on the effects of ambition, where we have these lofty goals of getting to the Horizon League Tournament Championship game. We have these lofty goals of getting into the NCAA tournament and maybe advancing to the next round. We have these lofty goals because we play the game for our seniors. There is no next season for those guys. And Chris Jenkins, Gerard Williams, Matthew Grant, Patrick Robinson, we hold true to those commitments to those guys, but at the same time, we want to make sure that they understand, the whole process to get there.
1, 2, 3, bam, let's go.
That's what we're after right now, this chapter of Detroit Mercy basketball. We're trying to build a respectable product on the floor, something that people that come from this blue-collar town can respect. Man, we've dusted ourselves off here in the city of Detroit. We've attracted people internationally, locally. We're starting to wake up, from all of the adversity that we've experienced in this city. And this great American city is one of the best and most exciting comeback stories, and Detroit Mercy is sitting right in the middle of it for the last 139 years. Everything starts defensively with your 4 absolutes: stance, position, vision, and talk. Maybe one day we'll get to the point where we're known as Floor Burn U because we take charges, we dive for 50-50 balls, we get deflections, we contest shots which affect field goal percentages on the defensive end. But more importantly, everybody shows up to see the ball go in the basket. Now we're trying to say that defense really is the beginning to offense. Detroit Mercy, the city of Detroit, truly is a lifestyle. I think back on my personal testimony, of growing up in the streets of Detroit. I think there's a passion that burns inside of you being a product, of what some would describe as a concrete jungle, here in Detroit. But what comes out of those cracks, in that concrete, man, are sometimes the most beautiful flowers and some of the best, and most green blades of grass. And in addition to that, good stories like our student athletes, good stories like Jermaine Jackson, and so many others, Earl Curitan. You think of, guys that have come through the program for many, many years, outside of the city. It's one of those things where we not only want to have a sense of belonging, based on where we're from. We not only want to invest back in the program, based on where we're from, but at the end of the day, it's who we are. And there's something about Detroit. There's something about Detroit Mercy. Our turn, our city, yeah, great hashtag. But more importantly, it's a lifestyle.